It's a multi-purpose pick. I think the main reason they did not choose the Storm was that they don't think they can lane him mid, and then they didn't want it. He's also going to be too weak mid because he's pretty easy to bring down, but Wind Ranger on the other hand actually has a chance of escaping. If she gets toss avalanched and then wind runs afterwards, she just gets out, unless if Enchantress is there with the perfect creep or something like that. So
okay,
she does very well in this dual lane.
Chances of a level 1 fight in Fnatic jungle?
Very small. Neither team, or actually Empire wants to fight, but they won't get it. Cogs will knock back 2 heroes and they will place 1 ward. If I'm right on that, you owe me a beer, by the way. That's a pretty specific call.
That's fine, man. We're in Germany. Beers are cheap. Like, if we're like in Sweden and like you owe me a beer, I'm like, man, I gotta take out a loan for that.
Hey dude, I gotta pay my bills.
I'm sorry, man. Like I just moved into a new
first.
They come in to defend it too. Trixie's timing there's gonna be a little bit too late. Unless Mag stops walking when as he moves up the hill. Trixie, okay, his timing was perfect. Cogs, as he trapped Mag in. This could be really problematic here. They can't move up because of the Cogs. Mag, he's already anchor smashed, but he's down here. And they've got enough damage from the high ground, and now they move into Silent as well. There's no avalanche mana right now, but the range damage with the Impedance and Wisp attack, they get close up and Tiny. How the hell did he hit that? Is he like picking up rocks and skimming them across the water to actually take out the back ankle of Klinks? Either way, it's 2-0 to Fnatic. Good early fight.
That was naive from Empire. They should have expected that, to be honest, that Trixie would be in that position. So either they send up Klinks with level 1 in Skeleton Walk, and then they can scout the area and decide what they do based on that, or they just don't go. That was a pretty likely thing to happen, and Fnatic did it absolutely perfectly. Trixie was there. I think that was within half a second of the time frame that he actually had to get there, and he got in perfectly and got the Cogs. And now Fnatic, because of that, they get 2 free kills. They didn't get invaded at all, so...
At the same time, well, Lone Druid goes down, Klink's got nailed in the middle lane, and bottom lane Honey just keeps pushing out. So
yeah, they're going to go for another tower. I don't know. Empire used so much in killing this Lone Druid, and when he went for the Maelstrom build, I think they're focusing him too hard. You want to kill Lone Druid early on if he's going for Radiance, or Midas into Radiance or something like that to delay that important item. He's going Maelstrom. Focus on the other heroes. Fnatic are doing way more with the rest of the team. When you look at it, Excalibur hasn't really done anything the whole game. He took the top tier 1 and that's it. But he's drawing so much attention with his hero right now that Fnatic gets to play the game in the other lanes.
Toss, throwing him up. Resolution, the balls need to hit. Where's the balls? No-Tail's right behind him and he's got him. Impedance as well. Was really cocky from Resolution. He was moving up and down the stairwell with Power Shot trying to drag the creep wave out. And he had to know like the initiation potential there of Harney.
Man, he is one of the most farmed Tinies I've ever seen.
Yeah.
It's insane. 17-minute drum ags, 3,000 gold.
I'm wondering what
this is about the time when you usually have drum ags if you have a good game. He's 3,000 ahead of that benchmark. Look at the net worth. He's 3,200 gold ahead of a free farming Klinks, who granted died 4 times, but...
Fly! I thought the point was the Fluid might be able to help Mafia, but Trixie got the hook shot in. Centaur's too far away, starting getting battery assaulted up, and they put Trick in the dust. They need an entangle. Entangle, 2 hits, and he cannot get 1.
He still doesn't have the face boots on the bear.
Yeah, that's...
Else it would have caught up there and maybe got an entangle. I don't understand why Excalibur insists on having these on the hero.
I'm wondering if it's just because it's inexperienced with the hero. Like, it might just come down to that. But if that was the case, then they should have just put Trixie on that bear. He's played a lot of Lone Druid in the past. Then it just means Excalibur has to play the clockwork on the off lane. Excalibur probably doesn't have a lot of experience in the off lane. That is the downside about like these new and upcoming talents. Like Admiral Bulldog, when he first came in, he only played Lone Druid, and you're like, oh wow. First time he played Naga Siren for Na'Vi, and he killed them off twice. His own teammates, he got killed twice. So sometimes you just got like that. Once the cherry pops, you need to also like work it in a little.
Cruising hard. They're not cruising, but the last amount of time in this game, they're still behind on gold, but they're really far ahead on experience. And I think when we're going into the late game, you know, I was saying that Lone Druid and Tiny are probably going to carry through. But then when you think about the fact that Empire have double refresher on Tide and Enigma, Enigma has it in a moment, then they don't need more than 1 carry in Klinks and a Wind Ranger as a semi-carry. Yeah. They're going to deal enough damage just with they're going to disable the enemy team for like 12 seconds.
This is the brutal combo. This is why like Tide or Enigma have to be banned out within the first 2.
Or Honey needs to get a BKB instead of drums.
True. Very
because then he can actually tank the whole thing, probably, or at least the first black hole.
The black hole will still hold him there, and the physical DPS coming out from the Wind Ranger is still going to be way too much, especially if Resolution builds into something else like a Desolator here, or finishes up the Mjolnir, which you could also do. Could you imagine
throwing do damage on BKB though,
shield?
the Mjolnir. It's going to be silent killing Tiny when he's in BKB, and oh, never mind, actually, Midnight Pulse goes through it. It's universal damage. It's one of the 4 abilities in the game that works like that. Midnight Pulse goes through BKB. So, when you mouse over the ability, it says magical damage type, but universal is the special case, which actually goes through magic immunity. It's the same with March of the Machines.
Yeah, do we go back to our Tinker debate we had a long time ago?
Yeah, it's like March of the Machines. They actually deal damage through magic immunity, so Midnight Pulse is just a 7% universal damage is going to be taken from the Tiny. You can't item build against it. Pipe is the only counter.
And you don't want to be building a pipe on a 6.
It's useless. Look, okay, so it deals 7% of Hani's health per second, which is about 200. So the pipe blocks 2 seconds of Midnight Pulse.
Actually, check out too what's going on here with Notel and Hani. I'm not so sure about this one just having the cheese on the Wisp. Because I understand, like, he's wanting to heal him up, but the Wisp is only going to, like, heal up a third of the life points of Hani. If he's, like, almost, like, dead life.
Yeah.
It's the only way it would work. While he's carrying around a drum with 0 charges. I'm almost thinking that this should be passed over right now, unless Hani's thinking about putting something else in there. Now, Mag, he's jumping in and killing off poor little Centaurs inside the Roche Pit. And they're looking for an opening here. Now, there's a lot of heroes from Empire here. In fact, their whole kit and caboodle are here. They are wanting to fight. And Fnatic are wanting to not fight at all. They want this Wisp and Tiny to be able to have the middle lane come in, and they just backdoor the bottom racks. That's what Fnatic's looking for right now. Let them have Roshan. As long as they can get a creep wave inside, they can relocate in and take the bottom racks. Actually, no, there's fortification. But in the time that have, they'd be able to get one swing into the range.
They're going to relocate for this fight. This is the game decider right here, I think.
Well, the Bear's already on the front lines. Malibus doesn't... Oh, man! Oh, man! Cruelty against animals. Yeah, they got the top tower. Fortification was also used here. This is open up bottom racks. If they can relocate now. In fact, that's exactly what they're doing, but they're coming in the black hole! Oh, he's on the fly! He got it! Refresher off! We're going round 2 for the black hole! Nag, he's gonna have another crack too! Another rabbit! It's Teamfight Control, but they haven't killed Hani! He's still not dead! They're trying to run away now. They lost Silence. The blink away from the tunnel will keep him alive for the moment. But Empire retreating out. They blew the whole shebang. And Fnatic just stood there and said, look at our muscles! We are men!
That was everything in that fight. It was actually 2 things. Klinks died really early. I think he got isolated by Enchantress and Lone Druid, just dealing significant damage over there, and then Skywrath was never there. He ported back to the base to defend, so they actually willingly took a 4-on-5 in the Roche Pit. Fnatic, and they really got to pay for that. There's no buyback on Klinks. We have Aegis and Cheese now on Fnatic, and they're going to go for the GG here. I don't think Empire can hold this. They don't have their big ultimates. They don't have Silent.
Yep, they really have nothing, man. Like, the only thing we can look for is the buybacks to come out from them. But that's Wind Ranger and Tidehunter. And actually, well, they've got Excalibur's Bear, and he's on cooldown. 40 seconds with no Bear. They took the range racks out.
I don't think they can stop Hani. I think he's just going to go there and he's going to walk in and start hitting.
Man, if they can pick off heroes like Excalibur, again the Shackle unable to latch, but the Skywrath made Dolman. He'll use the cheese on Excalibur, and now they've brought back in Trixie. He misses the hookshot, but Hani, he's currently taking up the top racks. In fact, he's already completed the top racks. The cogs are down. They're going to get rid of this melee ranks to get the mega creeps up and running, and they're losing with, but he relocates out just in time. Malibus up, but in comes Hani. Avalanche and advance score with the toss as well. He needs to swing once, looking for the cleave damage. Advance score is trying to keep the distance. They steal up Hani, and he just focuses the racks. Clockwork hooks back in again. The mega creeps are up. It does look all like dire straits. Skywrath dies, drops the gem outside the base. They don't have enough damage. Silence up and running, but he can't attack on Trixie. The BKB is available there, but he doesn't want to try and go through the Blade Mount just yet. Normally he's also got Hani to kill off. And that's Hani with an Aegis the Immortal on him too. So once he does it, it's already really rough. Resolution, again looking for the shackles. Malibus stuns. Mag, still no Ravagers. These team fighter buildings are not up to Harney. Look at the damage coming up from Silent. Crackling, not helping him off. He's on 83 life points. Mag, he can't get close enough. Blink, Anchor Smash. Harney will toss him up. He needs one more hit. Maybe the Gush doesn't have it. Meanwhile, back in mid lane, Resolution, Fly. The Ghost that protects him. Silent Resolution trying to team up here. The Bear's there. They actually throw the impetus up Silent. He's burning out to the Bear. He's almost gone 60, 25. He's out of range. He's back and healing up, always on a Fly. There's a relocate coming in. It's Fly and now No Tail teaming up together to find the extra damage. And Silent, he's still waiting his time out. He can't come back out the fight yet. Now, Ravage goes off on the bottom lane. Looks like Silent's actually managed to kill off the Wisp, but the back in the middle lane is Galliffer. Sealed up. The attack from Resolution will kill him off. He's so low in life back. He is dead. Harney, being at the tier 4 tower. Silent, gonna pick him off as well. Trixie, one Aura Bansko kills him off. Silent on the sidelines again. All of Fnatic are dead right now, and Empire up against Mega Creeps are holding the line.
Yeah. If Empire managed to come back from this, we've seen comebacks from Mega Creeps before, but this one is going to be a real special one against Lone Druid and a backdooring Tiny IO combination. If they do this, I think that's going to be the first time that ever happens, but you never know, it is possible. And well, the way they're going to have to do it is they need to wait for Fnatic to come to their base, then they're going to have to land the amazing combo, and they're going to need to not lose the throne.
They can't even do the amazing combo anymore. Like, Enigma is the only savior in this game. Because Tiny has 8.4k gold. He will buy a BKB right now. And that's a 10-second BKB, 49 minutes in. What else is he going to buy, man?
It's Honey. He's going to buy Skadi.
No. See, yeah, I believe Honey sees logic, and we actually have a BKB. He needs the immunity. That's the primary thing. No shackles. Black Hole's the only thing that can control him. And the Black Hole needs to happen, like the double Black Hole needs to happen before he gets the BKB off. So
he can still kill him through it.
Yeah, it's Silent though, who I'm looking at as the primary damage dealer. Like Silent and Resolution. Resolution does a decent amount, but not great. But it's Silent who's the man who has to kill off the Tiny. If he goes down, then Empire successfully defend. Tiny is up, Empire lose the game. That simple.
It's not even that simple that they defend if they kill Hani, because at the same time there could be a Lone Druid hitting the Ancient with his Bear. And right now Fnatic are winning the game by doing nothing.
They're losing Fortress.
Yeah, they're winning the game right now.
Let's wait for next Roshan. Okay, that's a long time wait for Roshan.
No.
They're gonna have a crack.
No way.
Empire also have not a single player with buyback. Enigma is short by 180 gold, so he'll have that shortly. But everyone else, like Plinks needs another 700 gold. Give Silent some space right now. Fortunately, they're all Mega Creeps. So because they're Mega Creeps, he's not getting enough money from them all. But at least in the Dark Pacting is a lot more useful for Silent. Doesn't have to run out of his base every single time to get a good creep.
I really think Resolution should sell his TP now and buy a Deso. It might be the most cost-effective item they can buy right now for this defense.
Yeah.
And Fnatic, all they need to do is they need to gather up. They need to gather up while not being in a cluster, and then they just need to A-click the Ancient. Just spread out, attack from multiple angles, and the game is over.
Yep, agreed. Then we go into 5th. The Fortress is like at half-life and regenerating. There is still fortification, however, available for Empire, so a simple relocate in with a Tiny wouldn't be enough.
There's the Daedalus for Excalibur. It's still okay. He's transferring his items to his hero now. He's like, my bear is dying. That's because it doesn't have armor.
But what's he gonna do? Switch to range form in the middle of these team fights? He'll die in like 4 hits from Silent.
It really isn't that much about. Yeah.
This is almost like Fnatic just trying to bait him to come out.
Guess Fnatic is just like, just call GG. But
It's Footman Frenzy. You've lost all your outer towers. You've backed into a corner. For some reason, they're controlling them well and got all the items on their heroes from the mid. And you just got to make sure you hold the line. The hilarious thing is, though, what Fnatic has managed to do here is give time for both the refresher all this to come off cooldown.
And for buybacks to be available.
Yep.
Silent is going to have his.
Resolution's going to have his in 2 minutes if they can wait this out even longer.
They need to buy items, though. If they want to defend the base and if they want to win fights, they need more than this. They might need to start getting some lifesteal, too, on Silent.
I think all they really need is Resolution to land these 2 hero shackle shots. You notice during the last fight when they pushed in, I don't think I remember seeing a single double shackle on Hero. It's not for the want of trying, but this guy's got a blink dagger and a 4-star. He's getting into positions for it. He's just not getting the generator to latch the hero properly. And every single time, it's like he latches the creep in front because the hero is always a little bit further back. You gotta be careful with this bear Excalibur. This bear has got to be able to survive.
It's not that important anymore. He's got his items on his hero.
It's just getting rid of it to start off. Okay, they're coming in through the top. He's coming in, Hani. He's beating it. They're going to fortify. Fortify! The fortress is so low. He's got only one option. He has to black hole Hani. Hani just walked his way around the fortress to hit it. And that's how the GG comes out. Fnatic, they showed patience. The tiny whiz combo prevailed after Empire had a decent lead.
Oh, look at the fantasy points on Fnatic. What? Weird.
I get no fantasy points from it.
Okay.
It doesn't flag for me.
Oh, you can't see it in the right side of the scoreboard?
No.